What's up, RC Mechanic here. I'm back with more aluminium body panels for the Vaterra Twin Hammers. Today I'll be making a roof with a light bar. Just like the last one, I'll get started with what you need for this. Obviously the aluminium, big piece for the roof, smaller piece for the light bar. This is 0.5 millimeter thick. You'll need your LEDs. This is a strip that you can cut every 3 LEDs. And I bought this 1 meter at my local hobby shop. It's easy to find online, it's very cheap, so I recommend that. For the aluminium, you're gonna need some sanding paper, scissors, and a marker. Now, for cutting the rough stuff, I recommend this. It's not as clean as using the scissors, but it's handy to have around. Then, of course, going to need something to power these LEDs. As you can see, they say 12 volts. 2S LiPo just won't cut it. You're gonna need a 3S LiPo. And in fact, if you want to run it, also a LiPo buzzer, because this doesn't have any inbuilt voltage, low voltage detection. So, I'll get started now and make sure I have a smooth edge and a straight edge on both sides and on the front here. This blade sticks out over the edges of the roll cage. I'll show you what I do with that later. What I'm going to do next is create a band here around the front to get the same style I have on this hood here. What I like to use for bending this is simply the edge of a desk or something that has like a sharp 90 degrees corner. This is what I'm talking about. It looks pretty straight. I've bent this here in multiple places to get it to look like this, and it fits nicely. As you can see, I've marked basically where the bend ends on both sides. Right there is where I'll be cutting it. Note that you only want to cut it as far as to the point where the roll cage is under the roof. You don't want to cut past where the roll cage is. Then I'm going to bend the sides of this roof. Have a look at this. This is where things get a bit more difficult. It doesn't look super clean yet, but I think it looks okay, and you probably get the idea. Now what you can do, if you don't want to do this, is either just leave this here and then don't have an edge, or chop it off here at the front and also have no edge. It's less work. This is a bit more difficult. You don't want to change anything about this corner here. What you're going to want to do next is take this and bend it like this. Then you want to note or mark where the line is. And cut it there so that you end up with something like this. The sides of the roof are pretty much how I want them now. If you still have some overlap here after you've cut it, just go back and cut off some more. However, once you've cut off too much, you can't put it back on, obviously, so just take your time doing this before you damage your design. Once this was flush, I cut it off here, so that it's kind of one line now. Next up is gonna be the back of the roof. For the back of the roof, this is pretty much all I do. I just mark two things, where this bar of the cage ends, and also, let me lower the camera a little bit so that you can see, where this corner here is at the same point where this bar of the roll cage is. So I mark these two and then I just cut it here. I don't have it on the other side. I'm gonna do it now. Before I go ahead and do things my way here, I'm just going to say you can also chop the roof off here and basically bend this down so that it lays on this piece of the roll cage and on this piece. It's another style you can use. You have options here, you can basically do what you want, try another style. This is just the way I do it. You can try what you want to. So let's go mark this here and about here, I think, and then I'm just gonna cut between those two, and that's about it for the roof itself. I still have to do one thing, and as you can see, there are no mounting holes. I have this easy trick for those. I just put in 2 of the mounting screws, do the other 2 later, and I put this exactly as I want it, and I just press on aluminium around where the screws are. This really works, it's very easy. As you can see, I now know where the mounting holes will have to be. I just use a pair of scissors for those. You really don't need a drill because the aluminum is very thin. For me, this really works great. I just put in the screws, press the panel on it, and I see where I have to make the mounting holes. It's very simple. I'm going to do the same for the front ones here. And that's all I have to do. And then the roof is finished. If you just want to make the roof, feel free to stop watching here. However, I'm still going to do the light bar. So if you're interested, please keep watching.